Hi Sagittarius, how are you? This is Shooting Stars Tarot. Welcome to your monthly love reading for the month of May. Let's go ahead and get started. I am doing private readings now, so if you are interested in ordering a private reading, just click on the link below and it will bring you to my booking site and you can get that set up. I'm looking forward to starting to do those again. All right, Sagittarius. What are the messages and advice that you have for Sagittarius love life in May? Messages and guidance for Sagittarius love life. What are the messages that you have for Sagittarius love life? Sagittarius love life. Okay. All right, Sagittarius, coming from April, we have the Page of Cups reversed. So, somebody or you is not bringing messages filled with emotions. You are, let me look at this a little bit closer. There's a delay in communication with your love life, whether it be your current partner or a love interest or a new relationship. The communication, the emotional communication isn't flowing at the pace that you want. Now, keep in mind, you're a Sagittarius. You are the most communicative of all of the zodiac signs. You love to talk. You're very good with words and you love communicating. So anybody else, whether they're another fire sign or a air or earth or water sign, anybody else, well, maybe not a Gemini. Geminis also like to speak a lot. So anybody else though, you're really going to feel, and you're probably used to this in general, you're going to feel like there's a lack of communication. So if this is a water sign that you're involved with, which I'm not seeing a lot of water here. I'm not even seeing a lot of wands or any specific sign. So this really could be anybody in your life, but you're just not feeling like the emotional communication is coming at the pace that you're wanting. And it's causing you to feel a little bit at odds with yourself because we have the Queen of Wands reversed. So she or he, you, feel almost like, I'm sensing that you feel like you can't be yourself because you want to talk a lot and they don't. You're wanting to communicate and text all the time and they're not. And so it's causing you to kind of second guess your actions with respect to this person. And that's a little interesting because you normally don't ever second guess yourself. You're very self-assured and you normally don't really worry about what anybody else thinks. So the fact that you are Sagittarius is, and actually in April, end of March, and all of my April videos, the Sagittarius videos were the ones that were watched the most on all three accounts. And so I know that you guys are going through a lot of emotional relationship stuff right now because so many people, so many Sagittarius watch my videos. So the fact that this person or this love interest that you have is causing you to kind of feel at odds with yourself or causing you to feel like you can't be yourself is a good sign because it means that you really care and you really have deep emotions for this person or you are really excited about them. So that is good. But just be aware that it is causing you to, be at odds with yourself a little bit. It's causing you to hold back. And I don't know, Sagittarius, if that's a comfortable state for you to be in. It's clearly not a comfortable state for you to be in, because it's causing you to feel like you can't be yourself. If you are involved with the earth sign, we have 2 pentacles here. If you are involved with an earth sign, or if you're starting a relationship with an earth sign, Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn, they don't communicate like you do, and they don't communicate emotions like you do specifically. They can talk about all other sorts of things, but they tend to be a little bit reserved, at least in the initial stages of a relationship. They can be a little bit reserved in terms of communicating feelings and emotions, where you know exactly how you feel all the time and you have no problem communicating it, good or bad. And so that could be a little bit frustrating for you. It does look like something new is starting here with the Ace of Pentacles, possibly with an earth sign. And if this is somebody from the past, this person that's not communicating emotions at the rate that you want, this could just mean that you or they, or just the relationship as a unit, is starting to take a slower approach to things. And that shows very clearly here, because the 4 of Pentacles is a card of withholding and keeping things in and not ready to fully disclose everything. Now, with the 3 of Wands being your crowning card, this means that you do feel that you've done everything that you can do. You've communicated everything you can, and you've shown your cards, per se. And now it's kind of up to the other person. It's up to the universe to decide what's going to be coming back to you. So it's almost as if you feel like you've done everything that you can do in the relationship for it to progress forward. It may not be progressing at the rate that you want, but you feel at least confident that you know that you did everything the right way according to you, and you feel like you left the doors open, and you feel like you left everything in a good place. It's just a matter of time now. You just have to wait things out. So in the meantime, things are being a little bit withheld. The other person might be withholding a little bit. It shows they are. And there is a new beginning here, though, and it's very promising. Just calm down a little bit. And you are, and it's frustrating to you because you don't like to be calm. You like to just go and do everything and talk about everything and see everybody. So it's causing you to feel a little bit frustrated, but just be aware that that's what's happening, and it looks like things are good. And nothing really here shows that there's anything you really need to be worried about. Now, in your future, we have the 7 of Wands reversed. So this is a very good card because it speaks to keeping, not feeling like you have to have your guard up. Your guard is down. You feel like you can trust yourself. You feel like you can trust the scenario. You just are needing patience. And they're not doing anything to cause you to have your defenses up. They're not doing anything to cause fights. Any sort of stress that you have is something that you're putting on yourself while you're waiting for them to say or do whatever you're wanting them to do. Now, how you're feeling about the situation is the Judgment card reversed. So you're not sure. Okay, you're not sure if there's an ending in the relationship or if something's going to renew. Again, you're waiting. You feel like everything that you can do has been done. So you're waiting. You're not passing any judgment. And you actually don't, Sagittarius. I mean, all fire signs can get kind of testy and irritated sometimes and say things that they don't really mean. I mean, they mean them in the minute, but the next minute they realize they didn't really mean it. And so the Judgment card reversed means that something's not ending. You're not at the end of a phase. You're not ready for any sort of final judgment. You're not really ready for any sort of renewal. You just have to just kind of wait. It's kind of a wait and see scenario for May, for you, at least until I, do my mid-monthlies. So for the first couple weeks, focus on yourself, focus on work, because you're not going to be focusing on the other person. You've done everything you can do. Now, the other person is feeling like you have a bunch of options. So they may be threatened a little bit by your bravado and your social stamina, because they see you as somebody that has a lot of options, that meets a lot of people, has a lot of communications, has a lot of friends, is always being invited out to go do things, and you go and you have a great time. So they may actually be withholding a little bit because they may feel a little bit threatened. But don't let that change your behavior, which it is doing. Just step back and wait. Keep doing your life the way you want to do, because you don't ever want anybody to cause you to change your behavior, because then resentment grows, etc., etc., etc. But they're viewing you as somebody that has a lot of options. So that could be good or bad. And they may be wanting you to choose them, but it looks as though the problem is that you have chosen them, but they're not feeling fully secure yet with things in order to step forward and recognize that. But again, it's looking like there's nothing for you to do other than wait. At least you can respond, but don't go overboard with the communication, because that may cause them to retreat a little bit more. Okay, in your hopes and your fears, you have the Magician card. It's a Major Arcana card. It's the first Major Arcana card. So you're hoping that whatever you have done is enough to manifest this relationship that you're wanting, or this connection, reconnecting with a current partner even. You're hoping that that's enough. Everything that you have done, you're hoping that that's enough. You're also afraid that, well, I don't really see anything in this card as being a fear, because you're always very confident, Sagittarius. You are very capable, and you communicate in a very light and positive way usually. And so connecting with people is never really a big issue for you. And you know this. So with this particular relationship, or this person that's on your mind as you're listening to this, your hope is really that you have done enough for them to recognize and start opening up. Because I'm sensing they're the ones that are not opening up. You're fine. The outcome card we have is the Queen of Swords. Two things with this card. First, this potentially could be somebody else in your life. Potentially another love interest that is an air sign coming into the picture. But I'm not sensing it's somebody new. It could just be somebody in your periphery, somebody that you've known for a long time, or somebody that's a mother or father figure that you seek guidance from. But they're there, and they offer clarity, they offer strategy, planning, and they're a little bit emotionless. And so the second thing I was going to say about this card for you, Sagittarius, in your outcome is, as you're dealing with this person or waiting for them or trying to slowly initiate more conversation with them, try to keep so much emotion out of it. Because if you are dealing with somebody that is an earth energy, high intensity emotional communication can cause them to retreat, and they can be a little bit fearful of it, especially if it's a newer relationship. And I'm sensing that it possibly could be, or reconnecting. If you're reconnecting with somebody from the past, high levels of emotional communication can scare people away. So part of the strategy for you is to keep conversation light, open, fun, but keep the heavy emotional stuff out of it for the time being. and that will cause them to open up and, you know, show a little bit more trust and vulnerability in the relationship. All right, what are the additional messages for Sagittarius with respect to this love reading? What are the additional messages? Additional messages, overall messages or guidance for Sagittarius. Queen of Cups, Page of Pentacles reversed, and the Death card reversed. And then the card on the bottom of the deck is the Knight of Pentacles. So again, this is reversed. So again, slow moving energy. And I'm sensing, since this is reversed, the direction and the pushing forward of the relationship is something that's not going to come from you. I'm really sensing that the advice for you, Sagittarius, this month, or at least over the next few weeks, is going to be wait, because you've done what you can do. And be very strategic in the type of communication and keep emotion out of it. They're going to need to be the ones to decide to move things forward. Because this shows that they're not sure if they want to yet. Or still, they're not sure. Because the Knight of Pentacles is very steadfast and slow moving and methodical in how they approach. And so the emotion stuff causes them to retreat. Now, high level overall guidance, the Queen of Cups. This is very interesting because this could be a water sign. This could also be you. And the Queen of Cups can be a little bit of a drama queen, all right? She can be very emotional, very, what's the word I'm thinking about? Kind of gossipy and getting into it and talking to friends about it and getting advice from friends and then reacting to what friends say and getting all bent out of shape about things. But one thing that's important for the Queen of Cups energy, if you're the one that's having this type of stress, and you might be because you're not feeling like you're being yourself, Sagittarius, so you may be embodying a little bit of this Queen of Cups energy, and it's causing you to spin a little bit and get worked up about it and show too much emotion, and it's putting everything on pause. So the advice is to recognize that this is going on within yourself. Again, this is a Knight card, so it's your internal emotions. It's not the reality of the situation. It's the internal emotions. She's normally not a Knight card, but in this deck, she is a Knight card, so internal emotions. That's your thoughts, your worries, your stress, your over-exaggeration of emotions may very possibly be causing this to pause. So just be aware of that. And then the Page of Pentacles reversed. Again, when he's dipping the practicality in the reality of the relationship into the pond of emotions. So he's kind of testing that slowly, testing the emotional state, very, very strategically, but it's reversed. So he's not being strategic in how he's doing this. So you need to keep this mindset, wait, be strategic, keep emotion out of it for right now. And it's good because if you're following what these cards are saying, this shows that the relationship's not over. There's not going to be a major transformation. There's not going to be a major ending. Death card is reversed. So what is, and what is will continue, but just back away a little bit and just let things be. And let the other person process whatever they need to process. All right, because it's not showing that anything is over. And it's also not showing that anything major is going to go through any sort of major transformation. Just keep your emotions in check. And try, as you go through this month, try to really get back to in touch with yourself and not worry so much about what the other person's doing. Because you've done what you can. All right, Sagittarius, well, that was a really good reading. Interesting, especially since so many of you watched and commented on my videos in April and mid-March. So leave your comments below because I'm interested to see your thoughts on your love situation, specifically with respect to this reading, because it's different than your last two readings. So I'm curious to see your thoughts on this reading. All right, thank you so much, Sagittarius. Enjoy your May.